Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of Stoics Podcast. I'm Doug Hofstrom. Sitting next to me is Matthew Hunter. And today we're going to talk about the creator, the founding father of Stoicism, that is Zeno himself. He was originally on a ship. Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong. Matt's going to be my fact checker here for this episode.
I don't know all the dates and everything, but I'll do what I can to steer the ship.
Yeah, steer the ship. Yep. So from my understanding and what I've read about it so far, Zeno, he was on a ship that crashed. Then there was a big wreckage on there.
Yep.
And he survived it.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
And so Zeno, he's called Zeno from Citium, and before he was on the ship, this guy was incredibly wealthy. He was an olive trader, and olives were like the main source in like
green
all
olives,
the food.
Black olives.
I think green olives.
Green olives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because olive oil and just tons of things you could have done with olives back in the day. But he was probably one of the richest guys around. And he, for some reason, put all of his money on this ship and sailed to somewhere, and he got in this huge shipwreck, and he ended up swimming to the coast, and he ended up on this coast with absolutely nothing. He was penniless. Mm-hmm. Like, so this guy went from being
from
like
rich
a billionaire
to losing everything.
Yeah, from being a billionaire to pretty much penniless in a night.
Right. And will create resilience in a person like no other.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
If you're willing to turn your life back around again. Some people get everything taken from them like that. They never get to that mountain peak again. Yeah. That's it. They feel like the journey's too long.
For sure. And some people realize that why were they like trying to climb that mountain? Like a lot of people go broke, and then they realize like, oh shit, I have a great family.
Right.
I have great friends.
It makes you realize you don't need all this materialistic shit. And it makes you check your own mindset too. Yep. So I've had everything taken away from me before, like a couple times. When I've gotten in trouble. Yeah, I've got my house raided before.
Oh, damn.
Okay. And getting in trouble.
Holy shit, okay.
Everything was flipped upside down, dude. All the money I had saved up for was like all like taken away.
Holy cow.
But the thing is about me is like I can lose everything. You can take everything away from me, and I'm just gonna go and get it again because it's not on me; it's in me. Yeah, and that's a Stoic mindset to have.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like if you want it back, go get it. You know, that's a great Stoic mantra. And then like once you lose everything, I think like one of the most important things is you really realize what's important. And most of the time, like 90% of the time, it's not the material, like wealth, and it's not the prestige or whatever. But just having a good like community around you is makes you really wealthy. And I think sometimes you have to lose everything to understand that or to like find that. But anyways, so Zeno, he was super wealthy. He crashed, or his like ship got wrecked, and he ended up on this beach. And so he's penniless. He doesn't know what to do, and he goes into a bookstore, and he starts reading about Stoicism. And I forgot the author, but he is another Stoic that he picked up a book and started reading, and he was like really into the book and stuff. So he goes up to the bookteller and he's just like, hey, you know, who wrote this? This is amazing. This guy is spitting fire. And freaking the guy's like, oh, it's I forgot his name. Let's just call him Patrick for right now. But he's like, oh, it's this dude Patrick. But Patrick's right down there. He's actually walking down the street right now. And Zeno's like, really? And Zeno like runs in the street and like chases Patrick down and is
asked for his autograph.
Yeah, pretty much asked for his autograph. Is just like, dude, I love your book. This shit is so sweet. But you got any more of this? And the guy Patrick is just like, oh yeah, I'm actually going down to the market to talk with all the other like Stoics and all the other guys. And they like walk down to
Go
the market
hang out with
together.
the boys.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Go,
boys will be
bullshit with the boys.
The boys will meet up to talk about meaningful life.
Yep. It's beautiful. And it's then that's when he meets Socrates, and that's kind of the birth of Stoicism. Of all these guys meeting up at this like building, and then they just hang out on the porch or the steps, and talk about.
You can think
philosophy.
of Stoicism like if you built a family tree of it, right? You have like Socrates at the top. He's kind of like
he's like the grandfather,
the grandfather
Yeah.
of all these philosophies that originated out of Greece back then, and then from there you have.
Probably
what are the other
Plato.
ones? You have Plato
that studied under Socrates. And
you have all his like disciples basically studied under. And somewhere in that branch, maybe not the next one direct down, but the one after that, you have Stoicism.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in there.
Yeah.
In this like Socratic family tree.
Yeah, the Hellenistic kind of philosophy, and that kind of started with Socrates. He gets a lot of the credit for being like the first like
he was the first
Stoic.
like philosopher.
Yeah,
really.
first like true. And it's crazy because this guy didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
Like everything we have of him is from his student Plato.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing that all these books survived 2,000 years?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's and it's like
without the digital world too. So think of being able to keep the condition of a book and the message and all the different translations it's gone through the thousands of years, and to have that same message today.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it just shows that like how powerful or like how useful this the message is.
And it shows how I think reading and writing is our greatest invention ever. I think by far. I think it trumps the internet. It's a better invention than us going to space. Any sort of technological thing we have invented, it's not as great of an invention as just writing is.
Yeah.
Like that was the only way we were able to preserve information. And I would say it's still, I don't trust online. I don't trust I don't trust these big tech companies. I would still say just writing something down on a piece of paper is the best way to preserve it.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm trying to think of like other ways to preserve
because it's not hooked up to the internet.
Yeah,
that's what I mean by that. Like, you can put information online, but like there's a lot of trust there.
But you can lose it, right away. Too.
You can lose it on a hard drive too.
And it's like that's why these guys like, it's like the Romans and the Egyptians and all these like ancient civilizations would like carve things into stone, just to make it like preserve it forever, And it's writing and the alphabet are definitely like our probably our best invention for like society or like as society as a whole. Definitely just because we're the only animal that can like preserve knowledge like that. Yeah, and then like come like put something down and then come back to it, and that's amazing that we can do that.
It is,
and it's cool. Like one reason these books got passed down and stuff so much is because I think, like back in the day, like if you had a book, like it was like having a computer, like it was like high tech, like before the printing press came out, like it was like really only like the super wealthy or like the priests or like the religious people that had books. So like books were like a really precious like kind of commodity. So if like you had it, you took the best care of it. Like if you had a nice book, it was like the prized possession in the house.
Yeah, older generations just took better care of all their stuff. Yeah. Like, and that's still true today. Like I was telling Matt, like as we were setting up, I recently just bought a house. It was built in the 80s, same owners for 30 years, but you could tell these guys took good care of their house. Like, because it's the biggest purchase of their life. Yep. Kids these days, they don't be taking care of their shit like they used to.
Yeah. Well, I want to say congratulations on the house, man.
Thank
That's
you.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah,
It's not just a house, it's a freaking small mansion.
Yeah,
it's a
big house. I can't even believe we get it. It's kind of a fixer. That's awesome. Kind of a fixer upper, but that's why we were able to get it.
Yeah, that's what you want. Starting off. Yeah, And
yeah, maybe we was like even talking this whole housing process, like older generations. I'm not even talking about people in the 80s, but it just made me think of how you said people really cherish their book, and because it was so hard to obtain back then.
Yep.
I just view that like a lot of these old, like a lot of our ancestors, they had to work so hard just to get a book or just to have dinner or just to like have a house even that they took the best possible care of it.
Yep.
Nowadays, our ancestors have made such an easy life for us, dude. The kids these days, they don't be taking good care of a lot of the material things.
And it's like I think they know that they can replace it like really quick. Like if they lose a book, they can just go on eBay or go on Amazon, just buy a new book. And that's, I was thinking with like cars too, like people took such better care of cars.
And they knew a lot more about their cars too.
Yeah.
Like I'll be honest, I'll be a little vulnerable for here. I do not know shit about cars right now.
Yep.
But back then, so my dad's older. He's in his 80s.
Yep.
Back then, you had to know about cars if you had one.
Yeah, for sure.
Nowadays, they all got computers in them and shit. It's like you almost have to go to school and study it. Like, like the average person can't just really know about a car other than basic like oil change and maybe change your brakes.
Yeah.
Like,
besides that stuff, and it's like you had to because there wasn't AAA where like if you got stuck on the road, someone was just coming to save you. It was like you had to fix your own car.
Yep.
And that's like a little bit of like the farm mentality too, of like you have to be your own resource. Like you have to know how to fix things when they break, and opposed to like city life where something breaks, you can just either go like replace that part, or you can just go buy like a whole new, whatever it is that broke. And that way you don't need to know how it works or, what part, why you need the part that you need and all that stuff. And I think that's why like people don't cherish things as much anymore.
Right, because it's so easily replaced.
Yeah, and that's, but it's like back in the day, like, a book that was like passed down through your family too. Yeah. Like your father gave his son, and then that son gave his son the book, and so I think that's one reason like all these books or like all this knowledge got passed down is just because
it was cherished.
Yeah, it was.
By all the families.
And it'd be crazy to see like a society that kind of went back to that.
I know.
It'd be people would still be using like old computers and stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe not, because the technology you want like newer technology.
But at the same time, you get to a point where it's like you get something good enough. Like, okay, I'm not upgrading my phone until the one I have stops working.
That's true. Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's with my laptop. I have 2 laptops, and I just bought like a new one, but my old one I've had for like 10 years.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'll be honest, I'm a consumerist. Like, I'm a very techie, like nerdy guy.
Yep.
Oh, the new phone comes out with the faster processor, more memory, better resolution on the screen. I want that shit.
Yep. Yeah, and there's no problem with that. Like even with the Stoics, they would say like, there's nothing wrong with that, just as long as you like appreciate it or like are grateful for what
and don't
you
let
have.
it control you.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Don't let that be your main drive of motivation to get things.
Yep, or your whole identity.
Right.
Being like the newest guy with the newest tech or something like that.
Because then you get stuck in the mindset where you care too much what other people think about you. When you get stuck in this very materialistic mindset.
Yep. And we've all seen that guy, and that's not a good look.
The guy that's constantly trying to impress people and whatnot.
Yeah, like, oh, look what I got. Look at my phone. Ooh, look at my laptop.
Right.
Like, all right.
The guys with the Gucci backpacks.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, for sure. Yep. All right, dude. All right, we see you. We see you, bro. You got a backpack.
You got
cool.
Okay, I see the Gucci symbol.
Yep.
Oh, you got the belt too. You make sure that belt's shining.
And that's like I tell my nephews, like it's that's like insecurity. A lot of the people that are just like dripped in like designer or like just labels and
that
stuff.
shit's for broke people, dude.
Oh,
seriously,
it is. Yeah.
All this designer clothes and that finds it's all for broke people.
It is, and it's because you'll never see like true people with like true wealth like dressed up like that, you know, they look silly,
Yeah.
you know, and I've heard like most of the like really, really rich people like still drive like Chevys and Fords.
Yep.
And, you know, it's like they don't need to show off their wealth. Like maybe they'll drive like a Mercedes, but that's like,
Right.
you know, just because it's a Mercedes is like a great
Mercedes
engine.
still probably own under $100,000, depending which one you get.
Yeah,
right?
yep. And it's just like a nice, like well-running car. Like,
Yep.
you know, that engine is top notch, you know. It's Mercedes was like the first engine ever, you know. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of history there. But yeah, it's I tell my
you're good.
nephews that like you should like work out and train like your body so that like you could put on any clothes and they still look good.
Yeah.
And it's because it's not about the label. It's about like one, how you feel in your clothes, and then two, like how they fit on you.
Absolutely. When I was going to treatment back when I was a little troublemaker, my counselor always used to say, "You look good, you feel good."
Oh, I
And
love
was
that.
true.
Yeah.
And it goes back to say,
Yep.
I remember like models back, like I think some of them still do this. Is certain model agencies, they won't hire chicks that are just like insanely hot, like unobtainable beauty level,
Yep.
because it doesn't matter what they wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Because
true.
they're gonna look good with whatever
Yep.
they wear.
Yeah,
right?
that's-
So like
yep.
when they're hiring these models, yeah, you want them to be cute, but it's more so about the clothes than the physical assets of the person wearing them.
Yeah, that's definitely, and it's about how you like like, you know, like you said, look good, feel good. And
Yeah.
going back to that, Michael Irvin from the Dallas Cowboys back in the day
Yeah.
had one of the best lines about that.
Oh.
And he was like, I forgot what they asked him. They asked him just like, "Oh, why are you so flashy?" or something like that. And he said that you look good, you play good. You play good, or no, he said you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a
Oh, that's a
perfect.
good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Shoot.
Isn't that sweet?
There's something like one thing I do miss about like going out, you know, those days of me going out, like clubbing the bars, like that feeling, you know, kind of getting ready, dressed up with
yeah.
your boys,
Like, man,
getting
I
your
look good.
swag on. Yeah, you're feeling
For
yourself.
sure. Yeah, definitely.
You know? Like,
Yep.
But that was back then when I think about like, yeah, sure, 1, I was single, 2, I was young, 3, I didn't have the mindset where it's like, I felt like I needed to just like somewhat fancy in order to impress the other people around me.
Yeah.
Now I feel a lot more comfortable just going out, maybe like not looking like a complete slob, but
Yeah.
not always dressing to the nines to go to like a dive bar.
Oh, for sure. Same. And it's like as long as like your shirt's not all wrinkly and it like it's not
Yep.
hanging off of you or it's not like skin tight, it just like it fits
Yeah.
you well. Like that's I think better than some guy that's, you know,
Always wearing a
dressed
suit.
out. Yeah.
Don't
or-
get me wrong. I like suits, but you got some people, they always wear the suit.
Yeah,
Like, well, you
yeah.
don't need to have a suit at
Yeah, for
PetSmart.
sure. Right?
Like-
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
It's yeah, that's a little wild.
Yeah.
People that
You know, I know some people, they're my friends, but like they like 24/7, they are just suit guys.
Dang,
you know?
okay. Are those like your corporate friends?
Some of my corporate friends,
okay.
yeah.
Yep. Because
One of my buddies who's a pastor too, so maybe
Oh,
like you
okay.
give him some leeway. That's his job,
yeah,
you know.
yep, he
like-
has to look good.
like, I
all
look the
time and
part
stuff.
for it.
Yeah, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, just don't get hung up on what you're wearing, and it's like it's more about just having yourself feel good and having the clothes like look good on you, not about like what the clothes say or like what's the label on the clothes, just about how you feel when you're in them and how they fit you. And that's why like people like to work out and stuff, because like a nice shirt always looks better on like a fit person.
Yep.
It
does. The most basic T-shirt can look good on you.
Yep. And that's one thing about the ego and the self is just it comes within. It's not an outside thing. You have to feel good on the inside to kind of project or like make things look good on the outside. Because we've all seen that person that wears like a shirt but is really insecure about it,
Yep.
And then we've seen the person that wears the shirt and doesn't give a shit,
Yeah.
And it's like that guy has it more together than the guy that
Right.
is like super insecure about what his shirt says or how it fits him or something. So
have you been a shoe guy? Are you a shoe guy?
yeah, I'm a huge shoe guy.
You're a shoe guy.
Yeah,
That's your thing. Yep.
It's,
Okay. I see
every week.
I never got a damn. You got a different pair of kicks for every outfit.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I love shoes. I don't know why. I just
I never got into that.
yeah.
But I got Pokemon cards though.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
that's what I collect.
Yep. That's I don't know how I got into it. I think I got like one nice pair of shoes, and then I got like one compliment, and then it was over.
That was over. You're
Yeah,
like,
then I was
damn.
like, oh my god,
You had to have your
probably
shoe
from
game.
some hot chick or
Yep.
something. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, yep. But yeah, I'm definitely a big shoe guy. But yeah, shoes are, I don't know. I think a little different than a shirt, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yep. But
You want a solid pair of shoes.
yeah,
Oh,
yep.
But it's one like I'm not talking about having a nice pair of work boots that last you for a while. I'm talking about the guys that get every year Jordans or
Yeah,
whoever the latest basketball trend is.
For sure.
The guy get the LeBron ones
Yep,
and
yep.
some LeBron sevens.
Yep.
And then you got the look at the sneaker heads.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they call
People
them,
that
sneaker
like
heads.
wait
Yeah.
out for the shoes or like wait in line and stuff for the shoes. And I'm not that. I've done that once, and it was a horrible experience.
Really?
So I was like, I'm never doing this
Well,
shit
you sitting
again.
at a Foot Locker or
What? Yeah, it was me and my buddies waited in line for like an hour and a half at Foot Locker, waiting for some like Jordan 11s or something. And this is when like I was like 14 or something. And then we waited in line, and then like the guy comes out to like unlock the door, and I swear like 3 cars pull up just full of like these big ass dudes, and they all like come and like budge everybody.
Really?
And then
Damn.
just get in. Yeah. And then by the time like I get to the like line or like up to pay or whatever, they're just like, oh, we're out. I'm just like, what?
You're just
We're
pissed.
out?
Yeah.
God dang it. And I'm like, oh, well.
no one
what-
stopped these guys from budging in front of everyone? No, one said
dude,
anything?
they were just like big old thugs. Everybody
For
was
sure.
like,
Everyone was too scared to say anything
yeah,
to the
everybody was
thugs.
like, it was just a bunch of little, like teenagers.
Bunch of 14-year-olds. Yeah, got these big ass thugs
Yeah,
walking in to grab
yep.
all these shoes.
And yeah, they were just buying like handfuls of boxes.
Yeah, because they're gonna go flip them in the hood.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And then I came up, and they were like, oh, well, we got like a size like 6 left or something. And I was like, oh, all right, let me get the 6. And then I think I got the 6, and I think I either lost them or I can't remember what happened to them, but just not a good experience. So I'm not.
That's the last time you're waiting for shoes.
Yep, yeah, I was like,
In
it's
the
not
box,
worth it.
yeah.
It's not that
The midnight
important.
shoe release.
Yeah, it's not that serious. But yeah, it's just something fun to like collect or stuff. But I'm not like up in or like I have to get the latest shoes. Like
Right.
I like in like
Well, you're younger. When you're younger, and especially when you're a teenager,
Yep.
you're going through such an identity crisis.
Yeah,
Like, you're
definitely.
really discovering who you are.
Yep.
You're trying to listen to different types of music.
Yeah.
You're starting to get settled in finally with like the people you hang around with. You
Yep.
know, so
and you're trying to be cool.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and, like your friends. And
you want to
stuff.
be popular.
Yeah,
like-
exactly. Your friends all collect shoes and have shoes and stuff. So
yeah, if
it's like you
that's
wanna
the
be
thing
part
at
of
the
that
school,
group.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you're trying to do.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, besides that though, well, actually I can't lie because I do like fashion. I have a lot of clothes. But they're not like designer or anything.
Right.
Like a lot of my wardrobe is from like Target and TJ Maxx.
For
and
sure.
Stuff
I'm
like
a
that,
big
so-
H&M guy.
Oh yeah, H&M.
I mean,
yeah.
you can get some
Dude.
nice coats from H&M.
Oh,
They're
man.
reasonably priced.
You get
too,
like
over there.
you have $50 at H&M, dude.
yeah.
You can get like
You can get a lot of shit.
You can
and
get a
dude,
whole
it's-
wardrobe.
they're quali- I think this tank
Dude,
top is
yeah.
actually from H&M,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's nice.
If you want just like solid basic clothes that
Yep.
fit well,
Yep.
H&M.
Yeah,
Tell you
definitely.
guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And it's yeah, you can find some nice finds in there too. Yep. Some like diamonds in the rough there. But yeah, it's just clothes don't make the person. So
No, it's
Don't-
what's inside of them that makes
yeah,
it.
Yep, exactly. So don't get too hung up on the clothes.
But Zeno was probably dressed pretty well if he was making so much money back
Yeah,
then.
he was probably
I
balling
can
out.
see he was a suit guy.
Yeah, yep. And he was older when he got shipwrecked. He was probably in his like 40s and 50s like by then. So he probably was like kind of over the kind of flaunting your money or like kind of balling out.
Mm-hmm.
He probably had that like cool like low key kind of ball in
Yeah.
style.
He's the low key rich guy.
Yeah.
The guy that like, you don't really know is
expect.
rich. You know?
Yeah, yep. But yeah, it's and then so Zeno lived around like 334 BC, around there. And so yeah, Stoicism's been around for a long time. And yeah, it's pretty cool that all this was just by chance, you know, like think about like if Zeno didn't decide to put all of his money on that ship for some reason and
lose everything.
Yeah. And then like say that shipwreck didn't happen, you know, who knows? And then say like that guy he saw on the street that he was like, he went to the library and just like picked up a random book. Like, what if that wasn't a book about Stoicism or a book about, you know, the philosophy of life, like what these guys like talked about. And then also like, just what if we're calling him Patrick because I forgot his name, but what if like Patrick wasn't walking down that street at that exact same time? So it's like all these things,
all these stars needed to be aligned.
Exactly.
Right? And when you hear stories like this, it makes you wonder do we really have free will in the sense of, is our life planned out for everything already? Or do these stars align for us at different moments in our life, and it's up to us to take different opportunities based on what the universe presents to us?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like,
it's a question the Stoics would ask on the porch. You know?
Yep. Does life present like opportunities, and then like your life depends on how you take these opportunities, or like what you do with the opportunities when they present themselves? Or is it not even like nothing really presents itself? It's just kind of random, and it's just a consequence of a action and then a reaction and then another reaction.
Because one thing I really like about like the Stoic mindset is, you know, say you're applying for a job and the only thing that you can do that's in your control is work your ass off, interview the best you possibly can, and just hope for the best, right?
Yep.
Now, I'll play devil's advocate a little bit here because I'm one of those people I feel like you should manhandle your destiny. You know, you should do everything you can to get whatever it is that you want out of life, but at the same time, you have to be accepting of it if you don't.
Yeah, definitely. It's like they say, like, control what you can control, and then everything else, don't worry about it. And it's like, you know, the things that you can control, knock that stuff out of the park. Like, you can control your appearance when you go to that job interview. Yeah. So look great, you know, make sure you're looking.
Be 15 minutes early. You can control what time you get there.
You can control that. Yep. You can control, like,
but you can't control if you actually get the job, though.
Yeah. Yep. And you can't control if you don't know a question. And it's like, just be honest and, you know, just tell.
And don't say, I don't know. When I was interviewing for my current position, I got asked questions that I didn't know. I would just repeat the question back to them a few times and kind of just try to talk my way through it. But I never said, I don't know.
Yeah, yep.
It doesn't look good in the job interview. There's all these different, like, techniques you can do.
Yep. And it's just, and do your best, you know, at the interview. But if you don't get it, then don't get so, like, hurt.
Don't let it shape you for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Or even like the next year. Even
or
if you
just
get
the next day or next afternoon, or, you know, just go and apply for another job.
Our days are numbered on this planet.
Oh, for sure.
If you have a bad job interview and you're fucking sitting in your bed about it, depressed, or I should have said this, I should have done that for a week, you just lost 7 days of your life. You're not going to be back, having a shitty mindset, not figuring out how you can just get better.
Yeah, and I think
that's what Stoics talked about right there, because they're not going to worry about the control. They're going to walk out of that building with their head held high, knowing they gave it their best effort, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That's what I say. I'm like, I play devil's advocate, like, manhandle your destiny, but also be accepting of the outcome if it's not what you wanted.
Yep. And then go back and reflect. Like, Stoicism, or the Stoics talked about reflection all the time. Like, reflect about everything. And, like, if you didn't get the interview, go back and, you know, like, play the interview again in your head and, like, ask yourself, you know, what didn't you know?
Yep.
What did you fumble on? Like, you know, what where did you go wrong? Like reflect and then just learn from that and then move on. Like don't dwell on it. Just take it as a learning experience.
Yep.
Because that's all you really can do. Because it's like you can either look at it, like when I play a lot of chess and like when I lose, I never think of it as like a loss. I just think of it as like, oh, a learning experience. Like, oh, I learned not to do this or not to put my queen there, or, you know, I never look at it as like, oh, I lost this game. Just take it as a learning experience, you know, take the knowledge and then move on and make a better move the next time.
Yep. You either win or you learn.
Yeah.
Here. And so it gives you, we have every day to practice our virtues for Stoicism. So if you don't mind, I'm going to read this passage here by Epictetus. It's one of my favorite ones.
Awesome.
I just heard this from the other day.
Yep.
For every challenge, remember the resources you have within you to cope with it. Provoked by the sight of a handsome man or beautiful woman, you will discover within you the contrary power of self-restraint. Faced with pain, you will discover the power of endurance. If you are insulted, you will discover patience. In time, you will grow to be confident and that there is not a single impression that you will not have the moral means to tolerate.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's big right there. Like I saw, when I read that one, I was like, how simple it is to practice our own virtues on there. And when he says like, okay, self-restraint when you see an attractive person, you should if you're in a relationship with someone, that's something you need to practice. Yeah. Like obviously, like if you're single, you know, shoot your shot, do whatever. But in this particular passage on there, you know if it's morally right or wrong for you to be maybe a little over like flirtatious with someone who you find attractive. We all know it, like attractive people exist, right? I'm engaged, Matt's been in a long time relationship. Like we're all like you should be mature enough with your partner that each of you know realize that other attractive people exist, but you have to have this still self-restraint throughout your entire relationship.
Yeah, yep. And it's one like comes back to appreciation and just like having appreciation for your significant other and just having respect, you know, for them too. And it's another like golden rule, which, you know, Christianity kind of stole, but it is
Christianity just steals everything.
Yeah, yeah. And but it originated from Stoicism, and it was the golden rule of like do unto others what you would want them to do unto you.
Yep.
And that's like with the relationship. Like I wouldn't want my girl like going around flirting with every like hot guy she sees.
Right.
Just like she wouldn't want me, you know, going around flirting with every hot chick that I see. So it's it's like a respect thing. It's a temperance thing of like, and it's about like controlling your emotions. It's a lot with
having that self-restraint on there.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm gonna call us men out here too, like more than anything. Like even the single men here, because we're very sexually driven creatures.
Yeah, it's pretty much why we do pretty much all of, you know, is why we do pretty much 95% of what we do is because to try to reproduce.
Yep.
Is just try to find someone and.
But the problem is that's not most guys' motivation anymore. It's not to reproduce. I could go back. I honestly, some of my friends think I'm fucking crazy for saying this. If I could go back, I would take away a lot of my interactions I had with exes and women. Like I'm now, you could say this is a very conservative way to think about it. There's only like really two reasons you should sleep with someone. One is to procreate, obviously.
Yep.
The second one is to get emotionally closer to that person, because there's an energy exchange when you lay with someone, and you do grow very close to that person when you have
like the
intercourse
closest
with
you
them.
can become with like someone.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Those are the only two reasons you should ever lay with someone.
Yeah.
And you could even argue it should just be the first one. But
yeah. If you want to get close with someone, I mean, way to get closer. It creates like a everlasting bond, you know, something that like you guys have forever.
Yeah.
And that's a good reason to do it, because I know like kind of where you're getting at. If it's just about lust or just about like a number or something like that.
It's lust, number, just our desires.
Really shallow.
Yes. Like very really shallow, vain desires.
Yeah.
And guys,
that's
we'll probably
not a true Stoic.
Yeah,
you know?
they're not. Good true Stoics won't going around trying to sleep with the most beautiful woman every night.
No. A true Stoic, I think, has like one chick and he's like super faithful and he's a great like provider or a great like protector to that person. That
most of these dudes are not stoic men these days.
No, especially like in relationships, and it's like a lot of younger. I'd say a lot of younger, just because they grew up in this like kind of era of like everything fast, quick, like numbers, and it's they don't get.
And we're exposed to porn at a really young age too.
And
nowadays
that's
with the internet,
the hugest thing. Like they've like done studies and like have like found out like porn has like reshaped like men's brain.
Yeah,
and it's like especially in the part where like you build like a relationship or you like build love and stuff. It's that chemical like mixture is completely changed now because of porn.
That's another one of the things I wish I could go back and change. Like I was exposed to pornography at a very young age. Of course, we're hanging out with my buddy's house. It's always the older brother, older sibling.
Oh,
you know,
that shows it to
Who else would? It's always the older sibling.
Not the dad or anything.
But like from there, dude, like that created like 20-year like long addiction like for me. And that was with having girlfriends, having serious relationships throughout the years too.
Oh, for sure.
Ever since probably about a month or two before my daughter was born, I quit watching porn. So I'm probably like 18 months in now, and I do not even crave it.
Nice, yeah.
And I feel differently. I feel like I treat my wife differently. I feel like it made me more attractive to her. Like I already was attracted to her, but like it went like you fucking,
you're not comparing her,
skyrocketed, dude.
Like, you're not comparing her to everybody, and it's your brain like got rewired because
you want to desexualize your brain as a man.
Yep. And that's how you do that is you find like a great partner and you commit. And I think like I mean obviously it's a lot easier to stop porn when you're in a committed relationship, but I mean it's still tempting and stuff. You find that it's a lot more satisfying being in a committed relationship than it is jacking off, you know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, just to put it bluntly, I mean, it's so much better, you know? But I understand why, like, you know, if you're lonely and you're bad with women and stuff, I mean, I see how porn is a quick, easy escape or like
but then you get locked. But then you get locked in that dungeon, though.
Yeah. Yep. And then you talking to women or like how you see women just gets
when you look at a woman, it's like, oh, I would fuck her.
Yeah,
everything's sexualized. The guys who like and I went through this phase when I was younger. I was a kid. It was before I even was introduced to Stoicism and all this, and I was immature. But like, I was one of those people that I would like sexualize everything, like almost as one to try to be funny and just almost like kind of try to break the ice with women to show them that like you're interested, but dude, it's weird. If you're one of those dudes that sexualizes everything, dude, you need to take a break.
Yeah, it's not a good. It's not
a good look. It's not funny.
No,
like, you just look like a fucking weirdo.
You look like a perv.
Yeah,
yep, for sure. And it's you know, again that comes back to temperance and like just self-control, controlling your emotions, and because I mean I understand like. Easy it could be like if you keep getting rejected and you can't get laid and you know, but it's like you got to have the self-control or like the temperance or the like will to like I don't want to say keep going, but like the will to like keep
trying to find the next person on there. You know, don't
you're gonna find somebody. Just keep looking.
And let's hold the women up. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, don't give up and, like, just go to porn right away. Like, just keep, you know, it sucks, like, getting rejected and stuff, but, like, keep asking chicks out or start
working out.
Yeah.
Get some fucking tattoos.
Yeah. And, like,
do what you need to do to get that self-confidence.
You know, and, like, have a hard conversation with yourself of why aren't the girls dating me? Like, why are they saying no? And... You know, if you have that hard conversation, you'll probably find out some things, you know, like, oh, maybe I smell or maybe I just am really bad at conversating or, maybe, you know, and then you go and you work on those things. And then when you come back, you know, you're going to be more equipped and better
Everyone has their own game. Okay, if I have a speech impediment and I was able to pull some beautiful women, so can you. Trust me. You guys can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
What I was going to say, we do have to hold the women a little accountable too on this. And a lot of this is like, I think, pushed on us through, like TV shows and music. And that's, generally speaking, women will value a man that slept with 100 women more than a man who slept with 0 women.
Yeah.
So, like, I heard this statistic, actually. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's just, one of those stats that you hear. 80% of women sleep with 20% of men.
Yeah.
In there. But when you hear that, it sounds accurate.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's, they want, like, I heard a thing where it's like women want to sleep with a guy that has slept with some, like, say you're at a workplace or like a big group or something, the women want to sleep with the guy that slept with some of the women, but not all.
Right.
Like if the guy slept with all the women, that's like a turnoff.
For sure.
But if he slept with a few of them, then he's more valuable,
than the virgin man.
Yeah, and then on the other side,
which is something that we need to break.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yep. Unlike the other side, they don't want to sleep with someone that hasn't slept with anyone in that group. Because there's like that little kind of ballpark of where they don't want too little of partners, but they don't want too many, like that guy to have too many partners or not too little of partners.
And I would say for me, like maybe this is just a personal thing too. Everyone has a past, right? I met my wife, later on in life. I was 29, but a few months away from 30, So each of us obviously had like relationships by the time we even met each other. And for me, it's not so much, this person's already slept with people, but it's like, do I know anyone they slept with?
Yeah, that's a big part.
That's a big one. Like, I don't want to go to the bar and like, half the people here fucked my wife.
Sure. That's what sucks about small town. Like, I lived in small towns for a little bit. Man, that's exactly how it was. Everybody slept with everybody, and it was kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense in a small town. I mean, who else are you gonna, hook up with? But
well, that's why it's so important to move out of your town eventually.
Yeah,
I feel like if you never move out of the city you grow up in, you are limiting your growth.
Oh,
I truly believe that.
Yeah, it's you don't really know yourself then.
Yeah, you can even argue you have to move out of your own state, but at least get out of the city you grew up in.
And that's I tell everybody that like one time in their life they should just move where they don't know anybody.
Yep.
Where it's pretty much a fresh start, because that way then you have to find out hobbies that like just you like, not a group of people or not your friends and stuff. You have to meet friends. You have to rely on yourself more, and doing that, like you really find out who you are. Maybe you don't like going to the bar every weekend.
Right. How good are you at forging relationships?
Yeah.
Because relationships are the currency of life.
Mm-hmm.
So how good at you, like, and it gets more difficult later on in life. I think I talked about this last episode, like how much I appreciate Matt and how grateful I am to develop a friendship with him and a lot of the people I know at the Armory. Because I started working there at 26, but I didn't start hanging out with Matt till like we were 30s. Like,
yep. And it's one of the, even the Stoics talk about this, is like one of the greatest things in life is like a great friendship, or just having like friends or people that you can rely on, and even more like they can rely on you, where like you're a good person and they know you're a good person. So like if they need something or if they're in trouble or something, they can call you, and like that makes you feel fantastic knowing that people like could call you if they're in trouble or if they need help or something, and then it makes them feel good too, because they have someone that, so it's like a mutual beneficial relationship, and those are worth their
they're hard to
weight in gold.
come by, and I have a lot of them. It makes me feel like maybe I take mine for granted at times. I still have friends who from like elementary school, high school that I haven't spoken to in years, but like I could call them today and we would pick up right back where we left off.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Not a lot of people have that. It's like there's a statistic I saw that it was like people in their like 40s name like one friend from high school that they could like, or that they still like are friends with.
Right.
And that's, I mean, you don't make like the best bonds in high school, but you make like pretty good bonds. And it's kind of sad that like you don't have any friends from high school or college or something. It's almost like you kind of fail.
Because then when you're going to make friends after that? Because pretty soon you get in your professional life, you get married, you have kids, and then it's like, like your friends are like, you have your family as friends and you want to hang out with them too. But it's good to have something external from that also.
Definitely. And I've seen a lot where like couples will go on dates and then it's like just kind of like the guys are like two strangers that are just hanging out because of their wives, you know, they're not like really friends. They're just there sitting there watching TV. Yep.
Well, and especially like it feels awkward sometimes when like I have ADHD, right? So it's like when there's multiple conversations going on, it's like I can't give my full attention to either one. Like
that's and that's guys in general too. It's like we're more programmed to like just focus on one conversation, and it's like women, I guess, like scientifically, just I think because they're mothers and they're like used to raising like multiple kids, are more used and better at focusing on like multiple conversations at one time. And they've done like a study where they'll put a woman in a group, like a room full of people, and she'll like listen to like 3-4 conversations, you know, just multiple conversations. She's kind of eavesdropping, but she's just kind of like,
but she's still absorbing.
And then the guy will come into that same situation and he'll only concentrate on one conversation. And that's just kind of an idea of, you know, it's the women, you know, can focus, you know, on multiple.
One thing to go on top of one, you don't hear of any like too many women Stoics.
And I think that's a shame.
Why is that? Because I don't feel like Stoic, like there's no like gender identity to it. Like it's for everyone.
Yep. And I think one reason, and this is just, you know, I'm just talking here.
Better be careful here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Better be careful here.
Like half of our audience is just one is it's Stoicism's been more of a male-dominated philosophy.
Yep.
And just like a lot of the main people were men, and then also I think too is because Stoicism got this idea for like a long time, got this kind of label attached to it of being like a kind of a rugged, like hardcore, cut your emotions off, kind of philosophy, and like that wouldn't play good at all for like moms or you know, people raising kids or something like that. And I think that's one reason, but I think it's really a shame.
That makes sense
because I mean, some of the most like Stoic people I know are like women. My mom, my lady. It's like, you know, it's there's tons of Stoic women.
Tons of Stoic women.
Yep. And it's just even if you're just a mom, I think that's like such a Stoic thing to do, and such like you have to have like the principles of being a Stoic if you're gonna raise, you know, try to raise someone right. You know?
Just like in this passage, when you are insulted, you will discover patience. Or like moms probably have most opportunity to practice all these Stoic virtues every single day through raising kids.
And it's like just justice, like doing the right thing, like what is just,
teaching your kids the right thing.
And it's so it's kind of sad that we hear more from like Stoic women, or you know, more philosophy kind of towards Stoicism and women, because I mean, this is something
we should dive into that more.
We should. Definitely, we should get some ladies on here and see what they think. And because I mean, usually the best people you know are people that use Stoicism, like, you know, because the best people I know are like courageous, are smart, are just, like, you know, are like know right and wrong, have temperance, you know, can have self-control, can control their emotions. And that's a lot of women out there. You know? Yeah. So that's a good call. I don't know why exactly it got kind of brushed over by women or,
all right, women, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Start practicing.
Yep. We're going to have one just for you guys.
We'll make it happen.
For you ladies. Yep. It's, I don't know where we were going with that, but
that's okay. It's just an observation I had made.
Yeah, and that's a good observation. It's because I don't know why.
And you don't have to know why.
Yeah.
We'll find some Stoic women to get on here.
Yeah,
and
that'd be great.
Well, that brings us right to it now here, man. But I don't want to finish it just like anything else you want to touch base here quick setup.
Wow,
that we didn't
that
get
was
into.
fast.
It was.
It's just another great podcast. And
Another great podcast started at 7:30 in the morning here, dude. And I can't think of a better way to start my day than chatting with this guy and just talking about have like a meaningful life and going through our own virtues and self-reflection here in the morning time.
Yeah,
like it's very rare.
Yeah,
to have this. I'm lucky. Worked out before I came here. I came here and talked about life.
Nice.
Boom. There it is.
That's a true Stoic right there. That's pretty much what the Stoics did. Like when they went to the gymnasium was a place where men got together and they worked out and they talked about philosophy. And that was like the two main things they did at the gym. I mean, sometimes they had baths there and stuff and they took baths and stuff, but mostly it was just like you did this morning, worked out and talked about life. Right. And that's a great start to a day, and it makes you more appreciative. And working out makes that day so much easier. Yep. And it's like the people that don't work out in the morning, it's like give that a try. I mean, if you work out already, try switching your workout to the morning. I
bartend, so does this guy. So
yep.
We night shifts. Mm-hmm. I got up at 4:30 today.
Yep.
So I don't hear your excuse.
Right. Yeah, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, that's good. Makes you a better person, and it makes the days that much easier. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it'll make hitting the pillow at night a lot better.
Sometimes at least, but most time.
Yeah.
I had some trouble falling asleep last night. Anyway, I forgot to remind you. Did you have a passage to send us off with today? If not, it's okay.
Yeah,
if not, I got one. Okay. I was gonna remind you, but
I remembered.
Okay.
Yep. It's one of my favorites. It's by Marcus Aurelius, and he says, "Why should we feel anger at the world, as if the world would notice?" And it's one of my favorites because, back in the day, I used to get so upset, like, at the world or just, like, shake my hand at, up in the sky.
Little middle finger up in the air.
Yeah, yep. And now I'm just like, it doesn't matter. There's nothing, like, the world isn't against me. It's not like anything's out to get me or anything like that. It's just maybe I've had some misfortune and I can just learn from it and go on from there. To be angry about it, that's kind of silly. It's kind of a waste of time. And I think with that,
we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Look forward to the next one.